How's it going, y'all? Rowdy Riles back with another video. This one's kind of special because if you remember, you get to see it first. That's right, we finally have memberships. So if you're seeing this and you're not a member, that's because you didn't pay the 99 cents. You missed the Maximum Spider-Man giveaway, which I will still advertise before we go live with it. To join, become a member, you can win this Maximum Spider-Man, which I'm going to give away tomorrow, which will be Saturday because this is Friday. So yeah, he's already out of the box. I already took him out and did the whole thing. So yeah, with all that being said, we'll take a look at the box and then of course we'll deep dive into Maximum Spider-Man. Finally, as you can see, I couldn't wait. You'll see that in the intro as well. I'm doing this part first, but we've got our Maximum series Spider-Man already out of the box, but we still need to take a look at this crazy new box that they have. So at the top, it says Marvel Legends. At the bottom, it says Maximum Series Spider-Man. And then we've got some comic book panel artwork all across the background of this box. On this side, we get a shot of the figure, Maximum Series up there at the top, Marvel Legends down there at the bottom, more of that comic book paneling background. On the back, it says Maximum Series Spider-Man once again, and we get a big old splash photo of Spider-Man with some web accessories, and it says Marvel Legends up at the top. Another shot on this side with Crouching Spider, Hidden Peter. Top of the box, bottom of the box, and with all that being said, he's already out, so let's get this show on the road. And I am very excited because you know me, I am a Spider-Man fan through and through. I will grab the next upgraded Spider-Man and that'll make me happy until the next one comes along. But I really think that this is the definitive. As far as the sculpting and the body and all that stuff, I'm not too much of a stickler for how dark the blues are. And in fact, I kind of like the darker blue because I like when it could be black or blue depending on the lighting for Spider-Man suit. And that's kind of a 90s staple for Spider-Man. And I'm a 90s kid. So in my opinion, Maximum Series Spider-Man looks great. I don't have any QC issues. As you can see, my web line is all clean and crisp. The spider on the back is wonderful. We don't have any paint scuffs or marks or misalignments on either mask, and that's great. Completely new sculpt from head to toe on this Maximum Series Spider-Man, as it should be, because that was kind of what they promised, and they're already going back on that with Hulk, but there's reasons, and they suck for not making a real Maximum Hulk, but at least we got this Maximum Spider-Man, and it would have been nice to get some different styled head sculpts other than McFarlane. But I do like McFarlane Spider-Man art, so it's not that big of an issue, and I have plenty of Spider-Man heads that I could want to swap on him. So as far as what you're getting for the looks, classic Spider-Man with the red and blue, the spider symbol, all that stuff, we get the 90s McFarlane mask, and like I said, I don't have any paint errors, so I'm pretty happy about that. No chips, no misalignments, none of that stuff as far as I can tell, and he looks fantastic, and he's the right height, he's the right musculature, because the Amazing Fantasy one was the perfect one that we had up until now, and with this one, it edges it out just slightly in the height, being slightly taller and way more muscular, which I don't have a problem with Spider-Man being muscular, but he should not be taller than 5'10", and this is like a perfect 5'10" Spider-Man buck, so I'm pretty dang happy about that. Lots of accessories. Is it worth $50? No. But if you want it, you're going to have to pay it because it's probably not going to get any cheaper than that. These are not going to go to clearance, y'all. Anyone who's telling yourself that, please, you're joking yourself, and we're all laughing because these guys got sold out. Hasbro ran out of stock. They sent more. Amazon is sending me another one tomorrow, which I will be giving away on live stream to a member. So members only video, members only giveaway. So yeah, if you're a channel member, which is brand new, you can join to win a Maximum Spider-Man. I think I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow. This is going to go up tonight, which is Friday. Tomorrow, which is Saturday, which would be the 19th. So yeah, definitely become a channel member. 99 cents if you want to watch this review. Obviously, you can't see it otherwise until after the time period is up because these will be like timed. So if you're watching this as a member on an early member view, then you could win this Spider-Man tomorrow, and I don't know why it keeps not focusing it. Checking out our Max Spidey's height, he stands at just slightly under, if not just at 6 inches, which should scale properly, I think, I hope. Listen, I don't know if my measurements are right, but he's supposed to be 5'10". So now, the moment we've all been waiting for. It is time to check out the articulation on our Maximum Spider-Man. So the head, so we've got a ball hinge at the upper neck, and then the neck is itself separate, so we get that far back and that far forward, which is much better than any Spider-Man we've gotten. I'm sure you could still improve that range if you wanted to Dremel it out. Shoulders go up over 90 degrees. We get beautiful butterfly joints that seem to work pretty well. Bicep cut, pinless double elbows, which are also beautiful. And a new addition here is wrist swivel, and that's because you can take those wrists off and swap them for web shooters. Torso ball peg forward, backward, ab crunch forward, ab crunch backward, drop down hips up and down, leg forward to the side. Can't quite kick his own butt, or can't quite go back because his butt gets in the way, but he can kick his own butt very easily. Thigh cuts, boot cuts, rockers, boots, toe articulation, something Spider-Man always needs. So generally, if it's a pose that Spider-Man should be able to do, this figure can do it. So I'm no D-amazing when it comes to posing. By the way, if you haven't seen it yet, please go check out my D-amazing interview, because I think it went really well. Everyone else seems to think it went really well, and D-amazing is a cool guy and he has lots of cool information. So definitely go check out that interview that I did with him, because I would appreciate it and he would appreciate it. And he's also going to be at IshCon, I think in May. So that'll be cool for anyone going to that. He's going to do some lighting classes, I believe, and you can ask him photography questions and all that stuff. So definitely a very posable Spider-Man, and definitely a very cool guy, and D-amazing. I can't believe he took the time out of his day to not only talk to me, but answer questions for me and channel subscribers and all that stuff. And going forward, interviews like that, here's some more posing. Interviews like that are going to be for channel members only. So take that as you will. 99 cents to be a channel member, and you're going to get this early. You're going to get a chance to win one of these Maximum Spider-Man. I know this is kind of after the fact for people that weren't channel members when this video came out, but those are the kinds of things you miss out on when you don't get on the ground floor stuff. So, you know, it's just one of those things. Become a Rowdy Rascal channel member, and there'll be lots of cool opportunities and lots of cool new content for you to see, like an early release of this Maximum Spider-Man video, which poses amazingly, by the way. All right, so what's so maximum about this Spider-Man other than the updated articulation? He comes with a lot of accessories, the first of which we're going to go one by one. And photography is where you'll see these in action. So we've got a stand with a web net that you can actually swap out for a web ball, which kind of looks like something else, but that's because it's webby and fluidy and white. So they both peg onto this stand, which is very useful. And that's, you know, Marvel vs. Capcom comic book stuff as well. So we get those. We get a web shield, also very Marvel vs. Capcom, kind of comic booky, very 90s. And it has the same old strap like Captain America's does, and you can move that in or out. So web shield, lots of web accessories. Speaking of webs, we did finally get some new Spider-Man webs, and these are actually flexible. They're not just hard plastic. They kind of feel like rubber. And then on one end, you've got that little ball that McFarlane is known for drawing, and then the other end, you've got strands. Well, actually, this one is a double ball, and then this one has strands at the end for web swinging. So we get two of those, and it would have been nice if one was stiff and one was solid for like photography, because they're very flaccid. A lot of words we wouldn't normally be using here, but lots of Spider-Man accessories we wouldn't normally get. So I will save those for last. So with more web effects, we get the whipping hands with actual webs coming out of them, which is pretty cool. And they're also gesturing differently, so they're not swapped copies of each other, and the webs are different. One is kind of spraying out, one is more focused. So, you know, we get those. Those are very nice if they want to focus. Sorry, I'm having trouble with my focus, and my nails are so messed up, y'all. Like, my fingers hurt from getting off the acrylic that I had on top of them because they were so long, and then they started breaking, and I was like, ah. And I didn't want to go back to the salon because action figures and other stuff that I'd prefer more than having my nails done. And then when it comes to, like I said, those wrists are on a swivel, and that's because you can swap them out, pop them off, and you saw it at the beginning of the video, and put these on, which is really cool. We've never had these in Marvel Legends, which is to say web shooters with regular hands on it. It's really cool. And, you know, it even has the little button. Sorry, it even has the little button on there for the web shooter itself. So nice detail, nice paint, all that stuff. I'm sorry about the lighting once again. I do need to get a bunch of those lights that Dee suggested I and y'all buy, because God, my lighting is pissing me off for this video. Then we get more Spider-Man hands. Of course, we need hands. We get fists, we get wall crawling hands, we get web thwipping hands, and we get web holding hands. So are they new? No, but I do believe, like the things that we're getting, no, but I do believe they sculpted all of these new. So I think everything in this set is completely new sculpt, which is very nice of Hasbro to do. So lots of hands. And then the last three things that we get, we're going to talk about the worst one last. All right, so we do get an alternate head, an alternate McFarlane head, which has, you know, one eye kind of slanted and one eye fully open, which is a classic Spider-Sense McFarlane looking head. Like I said, the web lines are all clean and painted nicely. And we get that Spider-Sense looking thing because he has a Spider-Sense that just slots over his head. So once again, in photography, we will have that on the figure itself. But there you can see it. Fits on there perfectly. It's clear plastic. It looks really good. But what doesn't look really good is this fucking... Sorry. Well, members only. I can swear a little bit. Is this fucking ugly Peter Parker head that they gave us. It's god awful. The Renew Your Vows one is so much better. This thing is just fucking hideous. I don't know what they were thinking. But yeah, that is all the accessories for Maximum Spider-Man. So you know what's next? Everyone's favorite part. Comparisons, especially because this one's kind of a big one. So I'm sure the first question that many people have when it comes to comparison is, how does he scale next to other Spider-Man? And I will say that he is definitely the best. He's ever so slightly small. He's ever so slightly taller than the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man, which is right next to him right here. Lot shorter than Renew Your Vows, lot shorter than Retro Card, and about the same height as the Pizza Spidey. Well, Pizza Spidey's a little bit taller. And the only one I don't have up here is Sunfire Spider-Man from the Vulture 2-pack, because I got rid of that 2-pack. I got rid of both of them because Vulture's animated and that Spider-Man sucked a fat egg, so he's gone. But he would also be too big, like somewhere in between Retro and Renew Your Vows. So Maximum Spider-Man, as far as scaling for Spider-Man and proportions for Spider-Man, is definitely the best that Marvel Legends has to offer. Here he is next to Retro, Carnage, and Venom, and I think he looks perfect next to them. He's the right exact size. Should be smaller than Carnage, should be way smaller than Venom. It looks perfect. I cannot complain. I can't complain about this set at all, actually, other than the price, which is, if you're willing to pay it, and you want it, it's probably worth it, but it just sucks that it was $50 and I paid more because of eBay, and then of course my Amazon one ships the next day, but that's to y'all's benefit if you're a channel member, that is. Hint hint. Here he is with Mary Jane and Peter Parker, and they're perfect together. Like I can't complain. He's almost the same exact height as the Maximum Spider-Man Peter, that is, and Mary Jane's slightly shorter, so it all works out. It's beautiful. So methinks we need another new Ben Reilly now on this body, because Ben Reilly's too big. Kane looks fine, but Ben is just too big. But yeah, there's some more 90s goodness with the Clone Saga stuff. McFarlane, Scarlet Spider, Kane, all very 90s. And lastly, for Marvel Legends, just to hammer the point home how tall Spidey is supposed to be, Wolverine is 5'3". So that's almost exactly right. Captain America, 6'2". Almost exactly right. Looks perfect. I have no complaints. Here he is with Action Force Pandora and Operation Monster Force Kilowog. And lastly, here he is with the Mezco and the Moth-X, and they're all kind of relatively the same height, if not a little bit different. But yeah, I think that about does it for comparison. So with all that being said, y'all, to me, you know Maximum Spider-Man's worth it, because A, I'm a Spider-Man fangirl. I will stand every Spider-Man, especially if it's an improvement and more accurate. So better height, better scaling, better articulation, a bunch of accessories. I would say he's maximum other than the price. But yeah, still worth it to me. If you guys like this video, smash like, hit subscribe, become a channel member if you're not. If you're watching this before everyone else, then you are one. So good for you. If you're not, if you're watching this late, become a channel member. So you can be Happy Panda and you can see my reviews right away for newer stuff like this. Do all that stuff. Comment, let me know if you have him, if you're planning on getting him, if you're skipping him, how your day is going. Just say hey, be kind to your local LGBTQ community, keep your head up, stay brave, I love you, I will see you next time, and bye-bye. Mwah.